Welcome to the PPR First and 15, a full 15 minutes of content before we sit down for the main entree. When it came time to decide the Cox Communication Game of the Week, there was really no decision at all. You have top-ranked Torrey Pines hosting 6th-ranked San Marcos. A big ball game. Sounds like the Cox Communication Game of the Week to me. What do you say? We go to the highlights. We pick it up with that young man. That's Chucky Livingston. He's a defensive lineman, but he also sings the national anthem. We'll show you that in greater detail next week. Mac Bingham with the 41-yard run right here in the first quarter as Torrey Pines tries to establish the wing T. Jason Hine to Jack Foate for right there for the 3-yard score. Torrey Pines up 3-0. Jason, if I got your name wrong, please, I apologize. That's Mac Bingham stuff for a loss on 3rd down coming up right here. The defense stopping the fullback. That coming in the second quarter. It was a big 3rd down play. San Marcos counters now. Michael Hastings to Dane Olson. 3-yard touchdown pass. And at the break, San Marcos is up 10-7. And then the skies light up. And light up, and light up. The ball game was stopped. The two coaches met. They declare this game a no contest. Despite the fact that San Marcos was leading 10-7 at the half, it is as if the game never played. There will be no makeup date. Each team will play one fewer game. Let me introduce legendary Pirate, Mr. John Carroll. And then you want to know what a good friend Coach John Katera is? At short notice, he agreed to come in and help kill a little time. Gentlemen, first of all, your thoughts about putting all the work in. Getting ready, you're up, you have a halftime lead by 3 points, and now someone tells you this game never happened.
You know, I'll talk from San Marcos' perspective. You know, they go down 7-0, and then they battle their way back to 10-7, and they're on fire. They're fired up. They're excited. Their locker room is going crazy. And then they're told, hey, we're going to wait, and we're going to wait and wait. On the other end, you've got Torrey Pines that's getting in there, and they're got their coaches on the boards, and they're making adjustments, and they're probably a little bit ticked off and motivating their guys for something that never happened. All
right, John, let me ask you this question. Who's the top-ranked team in the county next week?
Well, I don't know, because we needed to see another 24 minutes of football up at Torrey Pines tonight. Very unfortunate. You know, Coach Carroll and I, you know, you were up there earlier today. You know, he's got a son that coaches at San Marcos. Of course, I went to Torrey Pines, but I have a lot of friends over on that San Marcos sideline, so I got a chance to visit with both sides prior to the game. And, you know, I didn't play in the game tonight. I didn't coach in the game, but I got a real empty feeling after leaving that stadium tonight, because San Marcos played a heck of a first half. They kicked a 47-yard field goal to get the lead. Then Torrey came back. San Marcos scores with about 38 seconds to go in the first half, and they're playing really good football. And, boy, I don't know what that's going to do to the Avocado League.
Oh, it's going to be very interesting. Coach Ron Gladnick had this to say after the contest was declared a no contest.
Well, the rule book is 30 minutes from every lightning strike, and we have continued lightning strikes, so the clock keeps reloading. You know, the kids are sitting around a long time. We don't want to get anybody hurt. So, you know, we've decided definitely call the game tonight. And then both of our teams and kids, we have a lot of logistical issues. So, you know, I don't know if we're going to replay the half, if it's going to end up a no contest. We're just not sure where we are right now.
Yeah, when talking about that, I mean, what sort of things did you have to consider?
Well, like, for example, I know 2 kids at San Marcos, prominent players in their program, are out of town on a recruiting trip. And, you know, we wouldn't want to do that to them. You know, if we're going to play a game, we both want to be at full strength and, you know, give both teams a fair opportunity to win the game. And, you know, he has a coach out of town. I have a couple of coaches out of town. So it's just, you know, it's going to be tough.
Ever been through anything like this?
Not even close. You know, when I was a kid, if there was lightning, you just played. You know, times have changed. And rightfully so. You got to protect everybody.
Ted Mendenhall doing the interview for us. Job well done, Ted. So, repeated conversations with Jerry Schneep, the commissioner, and with John Maffey, the sports writing legend here in town. There are going to be 3 outcomes. A no contest, like this game was declared, because some kids have school trips they have to go on for their college, so they can't be held around on a Saturday to play or play on a Monday. They can declare the game a final. Well, Torrey Pines doesn't want to declare this game a final. The agreed upon option is declare it a no contest.
So it didn't happen.
But I'm not done yet. it was going to be the school's decision of what to do. Now word is coming down that they're going to decide at the league level. So what happens in the East County might not happen in the South Bay, and what they decide in the South Bay might not be what they decide in North County. It seems like a quagmire, gentlemen.
Yeah, and the power rankings are going to be impacted by this, without any question. If you've got some teams that are playing a 10-game season and some teams that are playing a 9-game season, it's gonna throw a monkey wrench at a lot of things.
You know, it's going to be, I think, once we get the final tally, it'll be interesting to see how many teams actually were able to get their full game in tonight. You know, Coach and I have been around a long time, Paul. You know, he coached for many years. I was a kid growing up in San Diego and going to my brother's games back in the middle 60s. I don't ever remember this ever happening before. And Coach Ladnick, of course, played college football as well, and he's been through a lot. But I don't ever remember this. Now, we've seen during the fires there were games canceled. We've seen delays because the lights blew out at a stadium. Coach Carroll, I know, had a playoff game a number of years ago against Thrift Ranch.
Blown out of the stadium.
And it happened at Vista one year when Dick Haynes was coaching. But what happened tonight in this county, I've never seen it happen ever.
All right. We're going to just talk. We were at Edberg Field, so we're going to talk a little bit about Edberg. But right now, we have a cast of thousands. Some of these guys are braving the conditions out there, and some are on their way back here. We can't have live shots with the lightning going on, so John Soderman and Rick Willis are driving like as fast as the law will allow to get here. But right now, here's a look ahead of what we're going to have coming up on the PPR tonight.
Our Giraffe Republic North County Game of the Week winner is... We're hoping for sunnier views on the way back than the ones we had coming in for the Jersey Mike City Game of the Week, but we've got video that's going to put a ray of sunshine in your heart. Stay tuned.
In the South Bay Game of the Week, the San Ysidro Cougars hoping to maul the Southwest Raiders and pick up their first W of the year.
Will the Scotties have to unbolt the musket for the first time since 1991? See the highlights from the El Cajon Ford East County Game of the Week between Grossmont and Helix.
As you can see, the stands are empty here at Mira Mesa High School as they were supposed to host the Morris Tigers in their senior night game. What happened in this one? Find out straight ahead on the Prep Pixie Report.
So, you know, Mama said there would be days like this. And Paul, when we talked about my contract, you never said anything about standing in the rain with lightning. Tonight was an electrifying night. But that being said, many games were either canceled or postponed due to lightning, including the Cox Communications Game of the Week. Let's take a look at this week's 4 candidates. Candidate number 1 is from San Marcos, Xavier Reese. Candidate number 2 is also from San Marcos, JT Dozer. Candidate number 3, Jason Hine. And last but certainly not least, Falcons running back, Mac Bingham. If you guess accurately, you'll be eligible to win fabulous PPR gear and 2 front row seats to the December 4th Silver Pigskin Gala. Stay tuned to find out who of these 4 had the best game and wins the honors of being the Week 9 Big Pig on campus. The PPR 1st and 15 will be right back.